This week in our collective heads, wanna put an old rumor to bed. Stereotype that you've all heard, how we're all just angry video game nerds. Most of us have actual jobs, kids and families and cats and dogs, yeah. This week in our collective heads, this week in our collective heads.
Welcome to This Week in Our Collective Heads. I'm Patrick, here with Kevin via the power of the internet.
We're both joined by Spider-Man.
Yes, we are.
As always.
Here giving you the gaming news like we do every single week. If you don't like us, then go away. But if you do like us, keep watching. We're on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. Wherever you're seeing this, that's awesome, but you can see us elsewhere as well. We're TWIOCH everywhere except for on Twitch, where we're TWIOCH Gaming. But check us out on Twitter as well, where you can tweet things at us, and we will read your tweets, maybe on the air, if it's fun. If you're that funny, yeah. We do gaming news every single week, and the one thing that, everyone loves a lot of things about gaming. We do love gaming, but one of my favorite parts about gaming is being able to do anything and everything in a video game. And there's one thing I've been wanting to do in video games for a long time. Kill Sean Bean. He's been knocked off in every single movie that he's been in, almost every movie at least. And he's a new elusive target for Hitman 2.
So I didn't play the first Hitman. Elusive targets are the ones that like show up for like a set period of time.
Yes.
And like it's like a temporary event in the game.
Exactly. It's a very short period of time. So like at one point, like Gary Busey was in there. Like there's all these different people that could show up, and they're an elusive target. I don't know if it's for like 2 weeks or a month or however much it is, but during that time, you can shoot Sean Bean. And I didn't watch this trailer, I'll be honest, but I do like that he's like putting together his own equipment. But I need to look into this and let me know in the comments if they said something about it, or I'll actually watch the trailer later. But it almost seems like they're setting up Sean Bean as a hitman.
That would be very interesting.
I would like to play against him. Yeah, I would play Sean Bean as a hitman. I would play against Sean Bean as a hitman. This would be really cool, actually, to do almost a like GoldenEye scenario where you play as different hitmen. And I could totally see him being one of them, and them all having like different. Oh man, that'd be cool. They all have like their different special attributes. Like Sean Bean's like cool and collected. Well, to an extent, Gary Busey's just crazy and like he can't do anything like low key. It has to be like crazy bombs and stuff. It'd be fun.
Or you could even give them like different attributes. Like one is sneakier, one is takes a little bit longer to be discovered because they're better at disguises, or one's extra strong. Things like that would allow them to feel different the way you played them, and it would also encourage you to kind of go outside, or not go outside your normal thing, but experiment with different methods. Mm-hmm. And even if that's not the way that you like to play, it's good to try different things.
Yeah, someone who's more sneaky versus someone who likes to like get up close sneaky, or like get in and plant a bomb or poison someone or something like that. I think it'd be really cool. I think the one game that I think we're all waiting on though is Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, and I've already cleared out space for it. Deleted a couple of games that I'm not going back. Like, yeah, Far Cry was fun. I enjoyed my time with it, but like 5 was mostly the same as 4, was mostly the same as 3. So
yeah, I enjoyed them. I've spent my time in those areas. I'm good. I think that I'm with you. Like I keep my save data, but I've deleted a lot of games just keeping space, because this game's gonna be 2 discs if you get it physically, which I'm getting it physically, and that's pretty massive.
They're saying that the total install size, at least for Xbox One, for PlayStation, we have the game install size, which is 105 gig, and then the 2-disc version was based on a Japanese promotion where they showed the 2 discs of the Xbox One. So they're slightly different hardware, but it's the same architecture. So the game itself is going to be about the same size.
Yeah, which is insane.
Yeah,
for I mean, we're talking about dual layer Blu-rays. So what was the install size? It was over 100 gig or something like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it. The game is going to be massive, and I know we could go in here and hash it out. We're talking about like bloatware and talking about other issues that bad industry practices, but I won't go on a tangent on that. I think there's enough content there. I mean, every NPC in the game you can talk to, and they have their own voice.
Yeah, it said that there was like 700 different voice actors and like 5,000 something lines of dialogue. I mean, just the audio quality alone for that much that length of content is pretty amazing. And we're from back in the day, like Final Fantasy VII was like 2 years into the PlayStation era, and it was 3 or 4 discs. I mean, that's just unreal.
It was 3 discs just trying to cram all that content on there. Yeah. Well, and actually, I don't know if you know about this or if I told you about it. Excuse me. I can't remember if I told you about this, but Final Fantasy VII, a lot of Disc 2 and Disc 3 are duplicated assets that were on Disc 1.
Yep. Because there's no hard drive to install.
There's no hard drive, so it could have probably been done on... probably 2 discs, but you could probably have 1 play disc. If it was on PC, which actually it was on PC, and it played off of 1 disc in that case. But that's the reason for the disc switching and everything.
Well, I think another thing they're going to do, and I saw this a couple of times last generation on PlayStation. There would be like there was an install disc and then a game disc, and that's fine. I just don't want to have to, after an epic scene where I blow up the train and do all kinds of stuff, it's like, now insert disc 2 to continue. Like, I don't want that kind of interruption. So I'm really happy that it's just 2.
Yeah, at least that it's only 2, and also because it's 2 discs. So. Well, also we have hard drives now, so I hope if it's 2 discs that it'll let you, like, it'll hopefully prompt and say, what's going on.
Well, I mean, I know it's been a long time since GTA 5 came out, but when that first came out, it asked you up front, at least on the PlayStation 4 version, which is the version that I had, it asked you up front. It was like, okay, do you want to put like everything on the hard drive, or do you just want to have enough to play it? And so, I'm all for that. I'm
all for put everything on the hard drive and just play it off the hard drive. Like, I would prefer that. I've said it before. I would like to be able to, and honestly, this can be done. I know that the retailers could complain about it, but I think if I buy a brand new game, that I should also own the rights to the digital download. Amazon does this if you buy a CD through Amazon. I know everyone on the comments is probably saying, who buys CDs? But if you buy a CD through Amazon, what's that? Taylor Swift fans? Yeah, and the Republicans who are mad because they didn't realize that she's liberal. Like people who didn't realize that Willie Nelson's a pot-smoking liberal.
Yeah, that's a weird. Okay,
so if you buy a CD, hold on. If you buy a CD through Amazon, they give you all the MP3s.
Yeah, why not?
They give you all of them, high bit rate, great audio quality. If I buy I just bought Assassin's Creed. I'm gonna buy Red Dead Redemption. I think it should have an insert in there and say, here's your redemption to add this to your account. And that way I can play it on the disc or I can play it physically. Now some people will probably say, okay, well then you could just buy it and then go turn around and sell the game. Well, if you go sell it to GameStop, you're going to get ripped off. But yes, they will give you like $20.
Yeah.
But I think that it's something that, in my opinion, if you're buying it from a company like Amazon or like GameStop, I think them giving you a digital, maybe only from those certain retailers, I'm completely fine with that. I think I purchased it. I should be able to have it either way, and then physical should be the way to go. Then you always have a backup.
Yeah.
But speaking of distribution and fun things like that, Dangerous Driving did a little update for us, and I do love that they basically, I love their video, by the way, of them updating, and you get to see how just completely laid back their setting is here.
And fully like 20% of all the videos that they've been releasing about the like how their development's going is dedicated to the two dogs that hang out in the studio all the time. And like, I'm not even a dog person. I like that. Like they're okay. So they showed it for the first time at Madrid Games Week. They're doing a demo, and they've confirmed a release date for February, which is incredibly fast. Danger Zone came out Danger Zone 2 rather came out not too long ago, and it's been a steady progression. This is what we've been waiting for, and I am thoroughly excited about.
Yeah. Kevin froze a little bit there, but
when I liked Paradise, but no, this is the one I've been waiting for.
Yeah, you froze a little bit there, but yeah, I agree. This is the one I think we've all been waiting for. I think the others were great. I think they were a great way to get people to be playing their games, B, for them to get money so they can make more games. So I think it's great. I think this is the one we were all waiting for, though. So coming out in February, which, like they said, February is.
Sorry, I feel like they did like a development episodic cycle for this, because the very first game was Dangerous Golf, and it was just the physics engine, and then they put cars into it but no backgrounds. Then they had cars with backgrounds and a little bit of driving at the end, and now we get the full game. And so
it's basically what happened. Thankfully, they haven't charged $60 a pop every time, because if they had, I would have had a problem with it. Yeah. But yeah, in this case, no, they're charging reasonable money for the games that are coming out.
Yeah. And full disclosure, they've sent us copies of each one of the games that have come out. However, I have then turned around and bought a copy for somebody else because I want to financially support them. Support your devs.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, we do review, so yes, do send us review copies if you'd like us to talk about your game. We will review them, and we will be honest, so don't try to bribe us with cookies and brownies and stuff, because that doesn't work. But yeah, I think that this is a studio that I like supporting, and I'm glad they're able to grow in the way that they're growing, and it's really cool seeing their evolution as a studio. But the certain studios that and games I don't know if I can get on board with yet. We're talking about reasonable pricing, dangerous driving, dangerous golf, and all them like having reasonable prices, but Star Citizen doesn't. For a game that's not even out, there are people who are, I don't know if you've seen this, there are people who are buying land. They're buying land for the game that's like over $100. It's like 96 euros a pop. There's people who are buying early access stuff to try to play it. But that controversy aside, on a game that may or may not come out in the next 5 years, they are working on something beautiful and amazing in facial. It's the facial capture engine that allows them to actually, for you to be able to speak as your character, as your avatar or whatever, within the game. It will track the facial movements, and it will show your character emoting as you are emoting, which I think is brilliant. And for I don't know, I mean, you and I have both played MMOs, and the interaction in characters and role playing part of the MMORPG aspect is really amazing. I think this kind of takes it to the next level. I mean, you can not only voice chat, but you can play as whatever your character is and look and express your emotions without having to / angry or whatever.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool.
Also, a little bit of other news. Speaking of MMOs, Amazon has started to push out a little bit more of their new MMO, and the alpha testing and some press have been able to get it. I haven't been able to get my hands on a copy, but that's a thing that's continuing to develop, and we'll see how that comes out whenever that does, because I don't have any faith in the studio that I don't know anything about. So, I mean, at this point, I'm willing to give them a chance, but we really don't know how that's going to turn out. Well,
let me know if we get a code, and if you can't play it, I will.
Okay.
My gaming rig's decent, and I'm looking at getting a new one. So, also, let me know in the comments what you think about affordable gaming rigs. And I mean affordable as in I don't want to spend a crazy amount of money because I also have to buy a laptop. So
Yes.
Kevin wants to buy a laptop too.
I am indeed. And then the last little bit of news is kind of a follow-up from last week. There were some messages going out on PS4 that would send the console into a crash loop, and it took me a while to figure out what was going on with this, but apparently it was a crash loop, and you had to turn it off and restart it in safe mode, and delete the message from from the app, things like that. But they've actually gone ahead and pushed out a patch that fixes that reset, but because this is a vulnerability that has been brought to light, probably more people are going to figure out, okay, so what were the messages, what was happening, things like that, and this could happen again. Honestly, PlayStation messaging is not that big of a deal.
Kevin dropped off there.
Or even no one.
Kevin dropped off there, but you were saying that PlayStation messaging isn't a big deal?
Yeah, I would just go ahead and, just for safety reasons, just set your privacy to friends only or even no one, just so that so that you're safe.
Use anything and everything. You don't need... I don't understand why console makers are trying to make it like, oh, look, you can message each other and do this and do that. Look, I don't need to message. I don't need to send text messages to each other. I don't need to send voice messages via my Xbox. You know what I need to do? I need to invite someone to play a game with me, and if they don't agree, cool. They're doing something else.
Slightly, though, I do like the Skype integration on Xbox. I think that's cool.
What do you mean, being able to Skype to someone?
Yeah, on Xbox. Oh, I like that.
Oh, sure, yeah, I agree with that, but that's utilizing Skype. So then you can Skype to someone, as opposed to, I want to send a PlayStation message to my other person who has a PlayStation, or like my nephew and a few other people who will message me on Xbox, saying, "Hey, do you want to hang out?" Well, either call me, text me, or invite me to play a game with you. One of those things. It's like when someone texts you, "Hello." Yeah. Okay. You don't need to text me hello. Just start telling me what. That's what text messages are for. It's like an email. You don't even have to tell me hello in an email. Just hey, dude, da 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 da, and then I'll talk to you about it.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for the gaming news this week. Let us know in the comments what you think about the news. And if you're excited to play Star Citizen or Amazon's new MMO thing, whatever they're doing, let us know in the comments, and we'll see you later.
Thanks for watching This Week in Our Collective Heads. Subscribe over here and click the bell, and that way you'll know about any new videos that we put up, because we put up a lot of gameplay, a lot of stories from games and stuff like that, and gameplay is down here.
Yeah, and you got more editorials and news stuff down here. Check it out.